Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We are
the Canadian couple.
Yes, this video we are gonna show you the
Yes.
Okay, so today's video we are showing how many
If you remember from our last video, we talked about how much grains one person needs for an entire year. In this video, we're going to go through how much meat and proteins as well as how much vegetables for one person for 1 year.
Yes.
Does that sound better?
That sounds very good. Thank you so much for your help.
So first off, we're going to talk about the proteins. So we have canned meat. Now, the good thing about canned meat is it has a very long shelf life. I think forever. I've never seen an expiry date on these cans at all, ever. You can store these as long as it's room temperature, not huge fluctuations in hot and cold, and dry. You don't want to have a humid room where the cans are going to start rusting. These will store for a very long time. We also have Thrive TVP, which is a soy-based meat alternative. So TVP stands for textured vegetable protein. It's made from soy, flour, caramel color, soybean oil. It's basically the same texture as meat, but it's plant-based. I'm not a big fan of plant-based protein, but in an emergency, this is a great alternative. Although the Thrive TVP does not have an expiry date on it, it does have a manufacturing date. These ones are manufactured in 2011. And my guess is they would last indefinitely as long as they're stored properly. But once they're opened, I'm sure that they do have a shelf life of probably around 1 year. That's sort of where everything is going if it is stored properly. We also have one of my favorites. This is canned bacon. And what do you think of that?
I think it looks so scary.
It may look so scary, but guess what? Maybe in a future video we'll get you to eat some of this.
You will make me sick.
You have a Chinese stomach. You're so strong. So I can this myself. I used a pressure canner to can it. This will store. Well, we won't give a shelf life on this. I don't want to be held liable for anything. The one thing you want to make sure of is that when you do can your meat, that it is canned properly. There's lots of instructional videos to make your own canned meats. They will store for quite a long time, so look those up if you wanted to store that. Another one is beans. Beans are a complementary protein to rice, which we already know that we're storing. We have 4 different types of beans that we store. We have the white beans, black beans, pinto beans. We also have another one. I couldn't find the packaging in these ones. So we also have lentils that we have. These are all good in soups, stews, and another alternative as a complementary protein to rice storage. So it's recommended to have about 25 pounds of meat per person for a year. To me, that seems very, very low. I think personally, I would say at least 10 pounds a month. So I would say about 120 pounds for a year. If you do store meat, if you butcher your own meat and stuff like that, 10 chickens is fine, as well as maybe a quarter beef for a family of 4 for a year. I think that would work out pretty good.
Yeah, and add some beans as protein to them.
Yes. And so if you're eating beans and rice, again, complementary protein, it gives you lots of whole proteins between the two.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about the vegetables.
Perfect. They're right here. So
yeah, lots.
When you're choosing your vegetables, I do like the Thrive because they have recipes on the back to utilize not only just their vegetables, but also their meat and their proteins, so you can add them and make a meal out of them. Now, cooking with Thrive is pretty easy. A lot of times you can get the stews like I have down here. This one's from Augusta Farms, and it is a vegetable stew. Now, if you have a garden, you can store your own vegetables. It's very easy to do. It's a lost art, but it's very easy to find. There's lots of videos on YouTube on how to do them. From our garden, we store our own tomatoes. We also have corn. From this corn, we have canned corn, as well as our own dehydrated corn. Now this corn that's in this sealer is the same as the Thrive, but this is just homemade. This is from our own garden. If you cannot afford a garden, if you can find vegetables on sale in the store, you can definitely dehydrate those and put them in a can as well. If you can't find that, wait until September, October every year. Look on Kijiji, look on Facebook. Usually you can see people are trying to get rid of their produce. If you do like canning or want to look at that as a source of vegetables, you can pick them up much cheaper than you can in the store. Another option is, other than dehydrating, these are our onions. And this is turnips from this year. We made a video on how we dehydrated these turnips.
I like freeze dryer machine.
I like a freeze drying machine too. If money is not an object, a freeze dryer, a home freeze dryer is probably one of the best things that you could buy. It'll make your food storage last almost indefinitely, but it is a heavy cost. Anywhere between $4,000 and $5,000 to get a home freeze dryer. There's a company called Harvest Right that does sell them. They even sell them in Saskatoon at PV Mart. If you are in PV Mart, the odd time they have them on display, you can order them right from there. And I'm not sure if they offer deals, but you can choose different colors. There are different sizes as well, but it is a huge option for food storage, and it's probably one of the best ones for food storage.
Okay, so we just talked about the protein and vegetables. It really depends on what kind of diet you are on. And for me, this much protein maybe for me a year, but for you, how long?
Maybe 3 or 4 months. We do eat a lot of protein in Canada. We have cattle everywhere, and deer, and hunting, and meat, moose. I was going to say meese. That would have been funny.
But the vegetables, for me, a year this much, really not enough. Maybe just 3-4 months.
And for me, definitely a year. Maybe even a little bit longer.
Yeah, so it's really depend what kind of diet you are on. But the most important thing is store right now.
Yeah, store right now and store what you eat. Even though I don't eat a lot of vegetables, variety really is a spice of life. You want to make sure that, ramen for 30 days straight maybe isn't fun.
I will die.
Yeah, you will die. Definitely.
Crazy.
Yeah, you always want to make sure that the women are happy.
Okay, thanks for watching our video today. So for next video, we are going to make...
Well, the next video in this series is going to be about fats and sugars. How much to store for a year. So if you are interested in this, definitely stay tuned. I think our next video is going to be the boys eating some storable food.
Yes. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Canadian couple. Subscribe us.
Yes, subscriber us.